You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We gotta save it. Oh yeah, my sweet TNT. Oh yeah. We used to sing sweet, sweet Trinidad. To leave here, boy, you must be mad. This is the land of milk and honey, rum and coke and easy money. While those verses we were singing, alarm bells kept on ringing. Pundits on each pulpit saying, oh heart and our soul decaying. Suddenly we wake up to a living nightmare, not bliss, while editorials ask, how did we ever come to this? What's so long we hearing? You got to stand up and be counted. For daily we're intimidated. Every day our next witness silence, while we recoil from the violence. In our land there is a crisis. Broke police, unruly ISIS, while sweet revenge gangs exacting. Police commissioner still acting Trinbago. It's high time we separate the goat from the sheep. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap, while them police busy playing hide and seek. We're facing the world when we have to read. Hey, oh yeah, oh, save our land, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yeah, oh yeah. In our schools, kids getting on, who we're fighting, making porn. Our school girls, you won't believe, live MMA, they pulling weave. Check the vibes they're living by. Dance all slackness, get rich or die. Alkaline to Movado, mention maestro, they don't know. No morals, no ethics. There is a centrifugal black hole, Lord, we must move quick to wake their conscience and save their soul. So long we've been hearing evil triumphs when good men do nothing. No triggers pump while words be fraughting, and while church attendance real low. Protest back plus them casino, while black market prices haggling. Through our ports, big guns they smuggling. Spanish women are hot like their music. Saucy salsa, human traffic, Trinbago. We can't wait. The devil making hay while we sleep. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap, while we look on them as more mothers who weep. We're in the world when we have to reap. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, uh-huh. Now the nation's soul has been revealed. How they find Shannon Banfield. Busy street, yes, in our city. Killed by beasts who show no pity. Now there's fear and trepidation. What is happening to our nation? So I pray this one infraction will propel us into action. Trinbago, the time is now. We have to take our country back while these monsters flow. We cannot not run from their attack. That is why I'm still saying, time to stand up and be counted. Our young girls, they're being hunted, not for jobs by institutions, but by clubs for prostitution. While from you guys, some arranging on the seas, cargo exchanging in the Gulf, drugs, guns, and women, and the Coast Guard cannot stop them trending. The time is now. Look how the murderers live, tell them talk is cheap. Because in the world when we have to reap, before more of our daughters they put us to sleep. We must stop this world and we have to reap. Time to stand up and be counted. We must defeat this threat that's mounted. We cannot wait for no Messiah, like the rough fiddling through the fire. But while the flames we keep romancing, the grim reaper keeps advancing across the land. He casts his shadow, slashing victims to the marrow. Trinlego, the time is now. Look how the price we pay in done steep. Why stop labor keep it up in the world when we have to reap? We need a fresh new broom for a broad crime sweep. We must stop this world when we have to reap. Save our land, Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Say you get up one morning, your elders have something, you don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. I say we get up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it there easy. You got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, it's a terrible journey. Back with plenty brutality. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up. Make up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money. Pay people for your own refinery. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to
is Pharaoh still existing? As he born, resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. Oh, we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites believe. Night and day, for next to nothing pay, so they can't see the way. We don't enjoy equal facility, like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we say we free. We just can't hold this way. We just can't hold this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't hold. realize. Just come on this way. Not even thinking that we will realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from before. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us stay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Never be up to judgment day. Oh, just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites did. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Must we get old and gray? And the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites living there. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Lord, we just can't go this way. Lord, we just can't make it this way. No, 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 we just can't go this way. When God bless a man, nothing must stop you. Yes, when God bless a man, Satan may attack you. Yes, when God bless a man, he's gonna back you. Yes, when God bless a man, that man must stand. He must stand AI. Who God bless, none can curse. His divine favor man can reverse. Can reverse. Even if they do their worst. Their worst. When God bless a man, nothing must stop you. Yes, when God bless a man, Satan may attack you. Yes, when God bless a man, he's gonna back you. Yes, when God bless a man, that man must stand. He must stand, I say. If you answer his call, he will lift you up.
bless a man, Satan may attack you, yes. When God bless a man, He's gonna back you, yes. When God bless a man, that man must stand. He must stand, I say, yes. Cover me brother, cover me sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who have the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the DAT triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, in the village with the DAT triplets. We originate, we don't imitate. We welcome each and every one, no matter what planet you're from. You're from Mazatanias, Xenoranias, Venuranias, Xenoranias. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on a mauve t-shirt, a purple t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt, you're welcome in the village with the DAT triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, let me say a special welcome to no other than one third of the DAT triplets, Thomas E., the commissioner from Sally Bay in Toko, close to Manzanilla, Marshall Nesbitt, boy.
Good evening. Good evening. I thought it was close to Sangre Grande, but you moved me up a little. It's all right. It's all good. I got nothing but love. Nothing but love for everybody in the village tonight. Love, and more love.
I'm moving you down closer to the next thing I go say my arrow, boy.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all within a stone's throw.
Yeah. Correct is right. The storm, you ready? I ain't seen no picture for the storm. You know. I know the storm look like she hiding somewhere. Storm.
Yes.
All right, let me say a special welcome to no other than Diana, Waveney, Ben Skin, Stormy, the Storm, Greta, the Bajan, the Trin Bagonian from St. Catherine's, passing on your way past Nelson Street to get to St. Catherine's. Waveney, Ben Skin from St. Augs in Tonapuna, close to St. Augustine, on your way to
Lord Father,
Aruba.
God help us. Jeez.
Diana, Ben Skin, boy.
I
Welcome.
tell you. You know what? The man say what? You become what? Just like those you closely associate with. I think I got distance from you. Yeah, 'cause you crazy, me.
No, I mean, you
Oh.
didn't see, that's why we play that every day, you know. Associate, association breeds assimilation, you know where it's go.
How come I can assimilate running yet?
Well, it's not everything you can assimilate, you know. Some
I
things,
used I used to do that when I was younger. Don't ask me to run no way now. Eh?
Make it run your mouth, can't you?
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself there, you know, TD Jakes look alike. Watch yourself, you know.
oh, well, I stay know that.
Watch yourself, you know.
I
No,
stay know that.
you look up at PG Snakes.
Watch yourself, TD Jakes look alike. I done mad already. You're looking like TD Jakes, you know. Don't get me more vex, you know. Okay.
No,
Right.
no. We need positivity this evening.
Yeah, TD Jakes is a good fella. TD Jakes bring us confident constituents and comrades.
Yeah, and you also bring that women, we're raising women to be men. And I vex. Every time I see Tommy now, I think in a he and a vex. So tread lightly with me here, Tommy. All right, good. Let me go and take a pill because Eugene will come in and say a vex.
Oh.
Oh, God. But let me tell you, I'm having heat challenges. They found out I have electric heat, right? And my burner, my boiler, whatever you call it, is located down in the crawl space underneath my condo. So they said something about the power strip. The switch is not kicking. It's supposed to kick in 120 amps to give heat. It's barely kicking 2. So the past couple of days, I tell you all, I was cold. I was wondering why this thing blowing cold here. So now I
Yes,
understand.
but,
So,
but
huh?
I got a solution for you. I have a solution for you.
Uh,
I'm gonna call Burna Boy.
who's burning about? Oh, please. I look like I want stress. No, I go spend the $400 and want to buy the power thing and get my heat on Tuesday. I good, but tonight I'm all clad up in hoodie and scarf and because it's beastly cold. I have a heater, a plug-in heater, and I'm under a bunch of comforters. So y'all bear with me. Yeah? You're not seeing me. I'm incognito, but I hear it might be cold, but my voice ain't cold.
I still sending over Burna Boy.
And you can send me wherever you want. He ain't coming in here. He go stay out. He go stay outside and he will be freezer boy.
All right, all right, all right.
All right. As before we get to the chat, the big thing is the announcement of the president select. I call it
Mm-mm,
president
mm-mm.
select. You know what I mean? And
Maybe you could call Vanessa James. Vanessa or one of Winsford. Which one? Which one is talk political?
when for
Yeah, call here. Let he put the 2 cents in.
yeah. But the thing about it is that you know, I sometimes I cringe with respect to politics in Trinidad and Tobago. How we selectively remember whatever we want to remember, and we selectively forget whatever we want to forget. It's like, we having selective memory. Everybody knows that at the end of the day, the
Uh,
party that's in power is going to select the president.
mm-hmm.
It's that simple. And you, as the opposition, can pick who you want. You can pick anybody. And 99.9% of the time, that person is not going to become president. Right? So we know when any party is in power, they select a person they want to be president, and normally that person become president. Have there been ever in the history of Trinidad and Tobago where a person was selected by the governing party to become the president and they didn't become the president? Now, I don't know. I'm asking a question. And I just thought about that.
You don't know. We had to ask the constitutional buffs on that.
Tommy, do you ever remember anything about that?
It doesn't come to mind that the opposition ever selected a president for that country. Not that I can remember.
Yeah, I don't recall that. Or the ruling party select a president and
Mm-hmm.
that president didn't get selected or elected, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't remember any instance, but maybe somebody have the information that is listening and can tell us of an instance. But it doesn't come to mind at all.
And
Albert might know that the historian in the village.
yeah, I think Albert sent a message saying that he's not going to be with us tonight. He has something that he has to do.
My
So
wife take away phone.
no, you guys can take it. So we gotta lean on somebody else in the village
Mm.
in order to help us with that, because I don't recall ever that the ruling party selected a person to be president and that person didn't become president, or the opposition nominated someone to become president and that person became president.
It's all kind of
Doesn't
constitutional pitfalls opening up in Trinidad and Tobago. Eh? Jeez.
Well,
mm, I
I
don't.
don't know if I don't think it's constitutional pitfalls. I think
But
Neither
the
look,
do I.
the
uh,
constitution needs to be changed. The constitution needs to be changed. But
but Anselm, look the issue with no police commissioner, acting police commissioner forever. Then you're going now with the THA bacchanal, right? I mean, them sound like constitutional pitfalls waiting to happen.
well, no,
Mm.
but if what happened in the Tobago House of Assembly was a problem, do you think they would have corrected it already?
Of
Yeah.
course, actually, I am encouraged by the fact that the THA constitution is so airtight that foolishness doesn't get to prevail.
Correct is
Mm.
right. Correct is right. So, and we hear the constitutional guru of the THA constitution, Pochol
Mhm.
Charles. He already told us that, you know, them guys could be, the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago is different from the THA. So, I mean, to me, it's like when they were going to make Dr. Faith Israel the Deputy Chief Secretary, there was a challenge. As a matter of fact, Martin George was the attorney. And the THA basically ignored the challenge and went ahead and do what they had to do, and that thing died a slow death.
Hmm.
So I just think that we complain now, and there are times
Mhm.
when we had opportunities to change it,
and we just left the status quo.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And before I go to the chat, for example, right, when A&R Robinson was in the parliament, right, he was selected to become the president. He was an active politician,
That's right.
right? Now, Christine Kangulu was selected to become the president. She's an active politician. And all I am saying, me personally, all I'm saying is that Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bissessa put out a quote, and based on a quote that she put out, right, she was questioning whether an active politician should have been selected to become the president. But in 1997, when A&R Robinson was selected, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bissessa voted for that.
That's right. And Bastille Pandey is who pushed him in that position.
Correct. So if you are going to question something now, that's what I'm telling you. We have too many politicians in HDD, hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous on both sides of the political divide. Both sides, PNM and UNC. But you see, the way the fight is, you want to think there's only PNM politician in HDD, and there is no UNC politician in HDD. All right, and I'm going to go to this one finally, and I'm going to show them this. Israel Khan in 2020 stated, let me read it, because sometimes, and this is the article. Let me put it up on the screen. You know what? Let me go to the chat first before we get to that. Let me go to the chat. But I want to go back to 2020. Israel Khan in his own words. These are Kamala Prasad Bissessa in his own words. And you know something? It's funny, Let me put something up on the screen. It's funny, that people like certain things, they like certain facts, but they don't like other facts. It's like alternative facts now, right? You remember when I put this up? This is from April 2013. And this is when he's in opposition. And I put this up, right? Anytime a government resorts to blaming the opposition for its failure to deliver on their mandates and their responsibility to the people, it's a clear sign they have accepted that they have outlived their. I put up this, right? You know, when I put up this, people like, lovely. But when I put up other facts that the UNC says, they're always trying to shift the goalposts. But let me go to the chat. We come back to that. And if we don't, if we continue down this road, we continue to spin up in mud.
We need to show what we do, which is a balanced perspective, and keep truth to power.
There you go. Some people may not like it. That's what I was telling people today. They was like, well, they're giving me all connections. I say, what did I list was not factual. Right? To shift the goalpost. But anyway, of course, normal first in the village, you always no other than Tommy.
Nadia.
Yes.
Nadia.
Always Nadia. Nadia.
That's the village we have.
Yes, Nadia changed tonight, but give me some. What is that one day, boy? I can't see that first emoji there, no? I don't know what that is.
Let me see if I can see it.
Something there, boy. Nadia trying to read a porn.
Yeah, I can't see it myself.
Nadia want to wear contact lens, boy.
She
Nadia,
put like a picture of the night. Look like a picture of the night to me.
Oh, is that what it is? I know Nadia trying to.
Or she's speaking in code.
Yeah. She's trying to bum baffle us.
Hey, Nadia. Nadia, your little nephew had his shampoo and his toenails clipped and his ears clean and his fur brushed. He had a spa day, okay? Good.
And Diana, I want to take some of you all to task with regards my good friend Fitzgerald Hines' wrongshipness.
Oh Lord.
With regard to wrongshipness, I want to take you out to task on
But
that.
I tried to find that word in dictionary and I can't find it.
All right. Look in the dictionary if you find tutulbe. Look,
oh, oh
look,
God.
look in the dictionary find tutulbe now.
Oh
Look.
my God.
All right. So let me come. We will come back to that. We will come back to that.
Yeah, so
Mm-mm.
Nadia needs to explain that first emoji to us. Let's give
Yeah,
her
yeah,
the chance, but it's
yeah,
all
yeah.
good.
Yeah, Nadia, because you're here pre for 6 day, Nadia.
It's a
Nadia
picture
Good
of
night.
the night.
told me good night.
Good night,
Diana,
Nadia.
Diana Benskin tonight. Nadia have a white and red thing tonight going on, boy. Yeah, yeah. They have a white and red thing going on tonight, boy.
She
What else
prepared
called?
for Valentine.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Score second in the village tonight was no other. Is it the second village sweetheart, Tony?
Yeah, Kish, Kish, Kish.
Tekisha, yeah. Tekisha is the next village sweetheart. Yeah. Correct is right. Tommy, when we start this thing calling them woman sweetheart, you gotta call all of them sweetheart.
You know that. How you know?
But they all are but they all are sweet
Okay, all right.
hearts.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man, every all of them.
All right. Diana gets some
Yeah, all of
purple.
them, all of them.
Tommy, you get your constant blue emojis. Tekisha was second.
Wait. Akira, no money, boy. No money.
Akira come in.
Akira, you got no money. You gotta die with your honey, girl.
Tekisha said
Hey,
Nadia, Lana, Rose, Carice, Marisha, Miss Cuva, John, Joan, Erica, John. All right, Tekisha. Tekisha,
La.
I like how Tekisha does do it, you know. See, they separate the men from the boys and just put all the women together.
Hmm. Albert, I hope you're listening, right? Next time you come in the village, fix him good, eh? All right.
Now,
hey,
Albert is my UNC partner. Tekisha say only love in the village, no room for it or negativity. Just love in the village all the time.
that's a sweetheart.
Yeah. Oh, Tekisha says she in small panorama, boy. She was in small
Oh
panorama.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
So these are
more
the
about
what Tekisha your kids playing pan. You know, normally if was Diana she would have said they beating pan. We gotta tell she to beat the
oh,
maybe they beat
Kitchener, Kitchener say so. Listen to one of Kitchener Calypso. Beat pan. Da 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 da. Beat pan. All right, good.
maybe there's beat
back then
pan.
they used to beat it. Back then they used to beat it, but now they're playing it.
Yeah. Maybe there's beat pan in Barbados and play and play it.
Leave Barbados out all the bacchanal now. Good.
Yeah. You see it about video with a video with all the cruise ships coming into Barbados
Mm-hmm.
and a St. Vincent guy saying, how come they don't have a lot of cruise ships coming in to St. Vincent? And of course, Trinidadians again, they put up that why this can't happen in Trinidad. I try to tell them, all you sometimes I think people just think we wanna feel we better than people, but we just want
Ah,
to me, I
Mm-hmm.
don't sometimes people just think that, but that's not what it is, you know. It's like, for example, you know what I did? I Google cruises coming into Trinidad and Tobago from September to April. That's the cruise season.
Mm-hmm.
They have about 71 cruises coming into Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of cruise, man.
No
mhm.
ships.
There's a lot of cruises coming in, man. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're a small island like Tobago with 60,000 people, and you get, let's say you get half of that, right?
You're doing good.
You're doing very good.
Mhm.
You're doing
But
very good.
you know what it is? When they come there, is it conducive for them to be spending money? Is the infrastructure going to be set up to engage them and attract them to spend the money, or they're just going
Yeah.
to lay they you know you
No,
have to.
no. I will think. I will think that the main goal of the cruise ship coming into these islands
Mm,
is to bring people into the islands, bring us dollars into the
mm,
islands, and for the locals right, to be able to make a living by selling to the people in the cruise and trips all across Tobago, trips to the different, they
And
have
tours,
falls
tours.
and tours as well. So I think it's set up that, I mean, they could always do better, but I think it's set up. And to me, it's a great thing for a small island of 60,000 people like Tobago to have even 25 cruise ships coming in. You know? So I think they will have the infrastructure in place.
As long as they have the system set right, they're supposed to capitalize.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know, let me tell you all something. See, I sit in here, you know, in my home, and we at the beginning of winter, and every other commercial I see, and on every given day, one love, come to Jamaica and feel all right. That is all I am hearing, right? I said, but wait now, with Tobago, with Trinidad and Tobago and all this. Sometimes when you listen to, like during the Christmas movies on Hallmark, I would hear mention of people going to Barbados. I've heard Barbados mentioned twice in dialogue on Christmas movies. Nowhere in that dynamic, in the dialogue, am I hearing anything about Trinidad and Tobago? And now is the time you have to put that message out there because people were locked. You supposed to put the message out there before. People were locked down for this pandemic, and now they're going helter skelter. They want to go places. How come Trinidad and Tobago is not on the TV in front of them? Who is the Minister of Tourism? All they give me a walk now. I can get the ads in there. Give me a
Further,
walk.
further to that, there's so many game shows that are giving trips away. It's
Ah,
Barbados, it's
yeah.
Bermuda,
St.
it's
Lucia,
right.
Antigua.
Yes, yes.
I don't hear nothing about Trinidad and Tobago. Not even come on. Y'all get with the program. People are going to be traveling now because we're locked down for 2 years. We should have been pumping ads in front of them. You understand about the mysteries of, well, if you don't want them, go to Trinidad because they will go on Google the site and the US telling them to stay away and blah blah blah. Find some way to
And Tobago, if
creatively
you don't
let
want,
them. Yeah,
if you don't want Trinidad, send them to Tobago. At least it's still money in our coffers.
thank you, thank you. That's what I said. I hope Mr. Chavez Augustine listening. You need to put Tobago on the map. I do my part. Whenever I go anywhere to perform, I'm invited to official places. I describe Trinidad and Tobago to people. And then I tell the land I'm speaking of is the land of my birth. And I give them a mysterious intrigue. I try to whet their appetites to want to come to Trinidad and Tobago. But
You know,
no, you know,
and so many of us out here do that. We
yep,
sell our land. We sell
yep,
Trinidad and Tobago
yep.
to the people that we encounter.
But I tell all this, I'm there. If I come between selling Tobago and Trinidad and Barbados, all you know who are selling, eh? Okay.
Let me say welcome
We
to
sell.
Lana. Let me say welcome to Lana. Lana, welcome. Lana says blessings, Anselm, Tony, Diana, love in the house.
Every
Yeah,
time, Lana. You're a village sweetheart too. We love you.
Nadia and Tia.
Yeah, Lana McGill. No, Lana's McGill. That McGill.
Lana say
There you go.
once a president cannot act on his or her own, and must do as the PM says, presidency is a waste of time.
Hmm.
We should
I,
we should
I, I second that emotion.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's why have a president who can't do anything to make the country and citizens better. Or again, it has to do with the constitution, and that's the constitution we under until something change. We just have to live with
That
that.
that presidential position
Live with
is more
wasting our time.
ceremonial.
Live
Ceremonial.
with, living with wasting of time and resources.
Yep, yep,
Anyway,
yep. Hey, Kylie, welcome. Kylie say Watax Villagers WZYE. Welcome, Kylie. Hey, Albert Montano.
Yeah, he listening. Yeah, tell him Albert. Tell him Albert.
Watching these small band, steel band semi-finals, Victoria Square, can watch the village tonight. Albert, you know you know, yeah, he cannot watch old talk in the village tonight. You're watching steel band. Right? That is all right, Albert. We ain't upset with you.
Hey, it's all good.
Well, highly come in here now. The village philosopher. What the village philosopher saying here now? Trinidad turtles travel from Canada, East Coast to Trinidad, back and forth every year. That is a big attraction. Why they don't market it? You see, philosophy. That's right, highly philosophy. Why? But they will kill them and eat them though.
No, but that turtle thing is a big deal up the coast by me. There are a lot of tours during turtle season.
Yeah. Lana said we're not independent. We need Queen Council to intervene in anything in TNT. Yeah,
We have a choice. We choose the Privy Council as opposed to the CCJ. We have a choice, and that's what we chose because we don't trust the CCJ.
Because it's possible for corruption to sieve it, slither in there. That's why.
Yeah, but Lana Stalin was the next Nostradamus, but he tell the future scrap iron and refining.
Yeah.
Correct, right.
And then that song Help, when he talking about everybody feeling it. Look when he sing that. All right? And look how pertinent it is to today now, huh? Yeah, Cedra. Lavantil feeling it, Scarborough. Somebody gotta do something. That's a very prophetic song.
So, folks, what we're going to do, we're going to go for a quick station identification, stick and say. When we come back, we're going to get back to the chat. And we have some things we want to delve in tonight. You know, I mean, we have the issue with the nomination of Christine Kangaloo as the president-elect. We know she's going to be president. We also have the UNC nominating, SC, Israel Khan, and we have Gary Griffith also nominated, a few individuals as well. I think 4 military individuals. I didn't see anything from PEP. I didn't see anything from the PDP, but stick and stay. We'll be right back. It's in the village with the DAT triplets.
And when we come back, we're also going to get a brief visit from Project Love to tell us give us an update.
Okay, no problem. All right. So stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short message. In the village with the DAT triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. It's Diana, Anselm, Tommy, and you in the village with the DAT triplets.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Boy, if you want to win the crown, you have to waste them politicians down. You have to do like aloes and crow. Attack them big boys in your calypso. You have to sing about Pamela and embarrass Panday wife Oma. You have to ridicule the UNC and say how they cannot run this country. You have to attack Morgan Robosat. The judges like that. The judges like that. The judges like that. The way they judge it is evident. They don't like the government. The songs that they speak shows by their content. They don't like the government. A singer will sing a beautiful song, but that number can't compete for the crown. sing. You will get plenty anchors in the tent, but come Sunday night you will be upset. If you want to reach in the savannah, you have to lambast the prime minister. Them judges and them have a resentment. They don't like the government. Grandstand, not stand. Them fellas singing the same melody every year, and they winning big money because on the panel they know people who want to give the government trouble. For yes, Rio singing good calypso, not for hell he can't make the match crash show. I tell him to sing about Dan Rat sing. He say that he don't like to sing them thing. If I want to see all long my pocket fat, the judges like that. The judges like that. The judges like that. And they display our sentiment. They don't like the government. The song that they speak is the dread is end. They don't like the government. Look where shadows and poverty is hell. Them judges and they went into their shell. And when King Austin sang his song Progress, the winner was PNM take a rest. Calypso music just like Native Blood, took real punishment from them judges' hand. Like Patrick Manning in the parliament. They don't like the government. Grandstand. Sing about snake inside the Balize. Sing and say how Patrick Manning can't pay. Sing something about Motley and Rowley, how they try to take over the party. You cannot leave out Miss Ocasio Paul, the speaker who just wouldn't go at all. Remember the hangman from Mayaro, who decided to hang Glenn Ashby just so. The ex-president who banker come fat. The judges like that. The judges like that. The judges like that. They use calypso to show discontent. They don't like the government. These things just don't happen by accident. They don't like the government. A man told the public he have it made to sing so in calypso he get paid. The judges and he they see eye to eye, and every year they will put him up high because they are active in politics and they've even supplying with lyrics because of the interests they represent. They don't like the government. Grandstand. If you can't sing a political song, just give them a political beacon. Otherwise, they're going to keep you down and make you a laughing stock in the tongue. Crocodile don't sing about common entrance. Now you have to sing how Daphne can dance. Look for the dirtiest thing to sing. The judges and them won't do you a thing. As long as it falls within their format, the judges like that. What's that? The judges like that. The judges like that. Their innermost feelings they want to vent. They don't like the government. It look like they have ulterior intent. They don't like the government. If you sing and say the government good, you never receive the marks that you should. And if you should praise up a minister, he will treat you like you are a traitor. But if you talk in the government bad, for sure you will end up in the big yard. The calypso judges in my judgment, they don't like the government. Everybody, they don't like the government. Put your hand in the air, they do. Sing along with me, sing along. They don't like the government. Grandstand, let me hear you. They don't like the government. Only like the government. They don't like the government. Grandstand, they don't like the government. Grandstand, sing along with me. They don't like the government. Crazy. They don't like the government.
Oh, that is the one and only one, Crazy Boy. They don't like the government.
Edwin Ayong.
It doesn't matter when that song is. It could be any party in power. You could sing that song because they don't like the government. Oh God, we continue nice. Only see that we have a new speaker in the house in the United States, right? Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
McCarthy. But you see what you notice what they did? They tie hands, eh? They passed some legislation that that they can go and remove you if you're not performing satisfactorily, eh? Okay, good.
Yeah, correct.
Now they ain't even come down to term limit anymore, eh? Yeah, because they know he has a certain agenda. So they have to protect against that, eh? All right. So in essence, he gavel tied with a short string.
So Tommy, the guest coming?
Yeah, I spoke to. She's coming at 8 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
What happens
So
that I confused the 8 o'clock for Trinidad, 8 o'clock versus ours.
okay, all right, no problem. So here is a young man who does excellent imitations. Yeah, I mean these guys and these things don't happen too often. So I want you guys to take a listen to this.
My brothers and sisters, when I heard on the news the government is nominating Kangaloo as the next president, I asked myself, is there going to be another election very soon? Will I tell you, if that is so, as UNC lose again and the PNM win again, as a football expert, I can safely accuse the UNC of political match fixing. Man, I tell you. The cabinet and myself have decided to nominate Christine Kangaloo as the next president of Trinidad and Tobago.
Honorable Senators, I am very satisfied that this qualifies under the standing order. And so, my brothers and sisters, they have nominated Kangaloo for president. A PNM search for president, the next head of state. I would like to fully endorse, ladies and gentlemen, Kangaloo for president. Because if Kamlas Tushela Prasad Bisesa and the UNC were in government, they would have given you Wade Mark for president.
Madam President.
Senator Mark, I will not allow that question.
Fellow citizens, in light of the recent developments in selecting the next president, I am not available for comment because I am currently on vacation. Fellow citizens, it is inarguably true that a lot of people considered me as the best president because hibernation never existed. It was only fete after fete after fete.
This is the best time of the year to play World.
So there you have it, guys. Gary Jagroup, who does some excellent.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, he sound like Dr. Rowley, boy.
He did a good job. He did a real good job.
Yeah. We have some boss in Trinidad and Tobago as far as imitating. Our next fellow does do Jack Warner. Very
Yeah, Friday.
What's his name? Friday?
Yeah, the guy named Friday does do Jack Warner. Wow.
Yeah, he does do very, very good. But you know something, right? Many people, at one point in time, Master Brave Boy had said that Dr. Rowley wanted to be president. And I posted this to say, somehow Marcel Brave Boy missed this from the Sunshine, because on the 23rd of December, here is the headline in the Sunshine. The headline stated, Kangaroo to succeed, Paula May Weeks. Right? So they absolutely get it right. Right? And when I sent this, I told Marcia that maybe she missed this headline. She says stoops.
Oh Lord.
Right? So, I mean, the Sunshine got it right. Right? Because this was from December 23rd, 2022.
I guess their source is more genuine than Marcia's.
Well, I guess. And I don't know if they put what kind of season they put in Marcia sauce. Right? They must even put enough seasoning in it.
Right. Not enough.
Shadow
Not enough. Shadow Benny.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Oh God. So the Sunshine got it right. So Jack wanna take a bow. Right? So Jack wanna them had it absolutely correct. Right? So the different headlines now was the Express, right? Everybody had their own little headline, right? The Express says, from Red House to President's House. Right? So, and what did the Guardian says? What did the Guardian say? The Guardian said, right? The Guardian stated, row over Kangaloo. Right?
No row over Lee.
No row over Lee. No row over Lee. Right? And last but not least, the Newsday stated, right? I mean, everybody had their own headline, eh? Kangaroo for president. Right? So the question is, Diana and Tony, as well as people in the chat, is that why is it such an uproar over an active politician in parliament becoming the president when there was already a precedent set in 1997? Well, why is there an uproar?
I'm not sure. Go ahead, Tommy.
What I can simply say is that everybody's on pins and needles, so every little thing is getting on their last nerve. It seems like.
Because here it is from 1997. I'm gonna read it for you guys. This is from 1997 in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So, all right. So this is what it says. This is Electoral College, February 14th, 1997. The college vote at 1:30 p.m. Right? It has prayers, and then hold on. Okay. Hold on. All right. My phone rang when that happened. I should put it on silent. All right. So let me read that for you guys. I got to go back and get that. This is, it's on the screen. It's kind of, you can't see that well, but I'm going to read it for you guys. Right? It says, Electoral College, Friday, February 24th. Friday, February 14th, 1997. The college met kind of hard at 1:30 p.m. Prayers. Election of president. It says, Mr. Chairman, honorable members, I wish to declare open this meeting of the Electoral College, which, as you know, is, I can't read that date, comprising of members of the Senate and of the House of Representatives. But what it just says, it shows people voting Details of the nominees as follows: Robinson Arthur Napoleon Raymond, right? And they have his address. And those who signed the the nomination papers were, and they had all of them: Ramesh Maharaj, Kuva South, Danraj Singh, Pointe-à-Pierre, Manohar Ramsaran Shogunas, Adish Nanan Tabaki, Chandish Sharma Faisabad, Faud Khan Bhattacharya Sanwa, Ganga Singh Karoni East, Pamela Nicholson Tobago West, Trevor Sudama Oropuch, Harry Partap Nariva, Kamala Prasad Possessor Separia, John Humphrey St. Augustine. I kindly ask members to hold the talk for a little longer. And it was signed, the declaration of Mr. A.N.R. Robinson, according to the papers filed, was as follows, and they have it filed, and it tells you, and I, Arthur N.R. Robinson, nominated with the target, with the what? Foregoing, and it reads it. And in this year, we have Mrs. Kamala Prasad Possessor voting for a person who was sitting in Parliament on that same day, right? So, I mean, I don't think that's problematic, right? But now we have Christine Kangaloo, who's also a sitting member in Parliament, and it's problematic now, right? So, I mean, and that's why I personally said it's politicians in HDD, hypocritical and disingenuous.
Vas Silver Fox weighed in on the Kangaloo issue. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. Mm-hmm.
I don't think he frowned upon the fact that she was sitting. What he spoke about is the fact that she's powerless.
Yes.
And it's more the same. Basically, saying with her, with Paula May Weeks, it really doesn't make a difference.
Yep.
The job is a useless job at this particular time.
Mm-hmm. So to me is that he didn't go into the fact that you had a sitting person in Parliament being nominated as president, but he went to the other facts, which is facts, right? And as I tell people, facts is a stubborn thing. Facts is a very stubborn thing. So we have to get to the point. We have to get political maturity in Trinidad and Tobago that we know for a fact that the ruling party is going to decide who is going to become president. Doesn't matter.
What we need is some genuine politicians. We need, because the current PM talked about the usefulness of a governing party, which he seemed to ignore once he got into power. The existing opposition leader, who was the prime minister before, has shown us the same thing, that they just talk for talking's sake. They don't really mean what they say and say what they mean.
No, they don't mean what they say. And you see, on the flip side, when you put up quotes that Prime Minister Rowley stated when he was in opposition, right, and now he's in power, right? If the opposition is saying the same thing that you said, what's the difference?
Exactly.
Right. So until we become political mature, in order for us, our country going to they're going to hell in a waste basket. That's what they say.
In a hand
Hell
basket.
in a basket and fast.
Right, in a hand basket. Right. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I see Takesha say, what a mess. Lana says, all you can do is pray and hope to get a better government in 2025.
Yeah. But Lana, or should I say, faith without works is death. If the population act on it, it's going to be more the same, and it's going to be just pure garbage. And that's what's happening. People are just talking and not doing what they're supposed to do. Do the right thing, and then there'll be no issue.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just, you know,
Hmm.
it, and I say God covers, cover, God covers all, cover our thoughts and action, covers going out and coming in, cover family, friends, covers all, amen. You know, we really believe that, you know, with respect to all and everyone, and for Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the world too. You know, welcome, Rose. You know, hey, Ainsley,
Lana
Ainsley.
says the reason for the uproar is Robinson was a PNM and Kangaloo wasn't a PNM and Kangaloo is. Oh Lord. Ay, ay, ay.
No, but the fact is this: is that at the
Mm,
end of the day, I just use Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bessesa's statement that she
mm,
put out with respect to active politicians,
mm,
right?
mm.
And
Yeah, lame excuse.
yeah. Lame excuse. Let me find that. Let me see where I have that. I want to read that because
I
okay, I know where I posted. I posted it on my okay. I posted it in the chat. Yeah. I should have it here. All right. So this is what was I quoted her. You know, I didn't make it up.
I just would like the electorate to send some
Okay.
strong messages.
So this is what I put. Politicians in HDD, hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. In TNT on Friday, February 14, 1997, MP for Superior Kamala Prasad Bissessa voted for an active politician, A.N.R. Robinson, to become president. On January 6, 2023, Kamala Prasad Bissessa stated, I'm totally outraged by the audacity and bold-facedness and shamelessness of this government to put forward a nominee in the person of an active sitting politician. That's a quote. A quote is, I'm totally outraged by the audacity of the bold-facedness and shamelessness of this government to put forward a nominee in the person of an active sitting politician.
Oh Lord.
That's a
Hmm.
quote.
So we
You
gotta.
understand?
Is it determined that they're not in any you know constitutional breaches?
Of
Jesus.
course, there's no breach
Yeah,
being
yeah,
performed here.
yeah.
Hmm.
As
But moreover, what Anselm is saying is that it was okay when they did for A&R Robinson, but it's not okay for Christine Kangaloo.
yeah,
Hmm.
and the excuse has to be, well, she's a PNM, she's a diehard PNM, and she stayed this and she stayed that. Okay, 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 right? So now you have on the other side now, they nominated Israel Khan, right? This is an article, Tuesday, August the 13th, 2020. Let me see if I could bring that up. Let me see if I could bring up that article. So at least people don't know sometimes I just think I'm making up this stuff. Let me see. Here we go. All right. So it says Israel can to join UNC, support Kamala as leader. 13th August 2020. I'm gonna read it now. Veteran attorney Israel Khan SC intends to apply to join the UNC. On Thursday, Khan joined a chorus of supporters of UNC leader Kamala Prasad Bissessa and the leadership of the party. In a release, Khan said it was his opinion that she should continue to lead the UNC into the 2025 general election. He said the UNC, under your leadership, fought a good fight, and although we, right, in brackets, all your supporters, right, would have wanted at least a 2020 victory, in 1920 defeat is not too bad. It put the UNC in a very good position as opposition in the parliament, he said, adding that the party's campaign for the next general election starts now. In a twinkle of an eye, 5 years will be upon us. I'm not a card carrying member of the UNC or any other political party, But I'm of the view that I can no longer sit on the fence and watch the unnecessary political polarization of our politics along racial lines. Thus, I am of the view that time is now most appropriate for me to apply for membership of the UNC. Stay strong, active, and committed as usual for a better Trinidad and Tobago. God blessings be upon us. The country needs you. Now, I ask the question, was there any deal made with Israel Khan at this point in time? Just ask.
I don't know.
I mean, I mean, you see,
Who is the UNC's nominee for president?
him.
Oh.
That's why I asked that.
Mm.
That was him, right? Israel Khan.
Bacchanal and confusion, boy. Oy,
So,
oy, oy.
so at the end of the day, all right, if he's a UNC member or if he's not a UNC member, right? At the end of the day, no, it really doesn't matter.
He's a Trinidad and Tobago citizen.
It doesn't
Well,
matter because he's not going to become president.
you know, and what's like you say HGD about it is as on the other side of her mouth saying that the person who should be nominated for presidency should be non-partisan. As she says, non-partisan.
Tommy, Tommy, you're a little too bright sometimes, you know.
No, well, I just read what they write. I'm not trying to be
Who
no superstar or nothing.
who wrote that?
That was an article.
That's what Kamala said.
Oh.
No, what I read is what Kamala said regarding an active politician, right? That the government put forward a nominee in the person of an active sitting politician. You understand? And there's an uproar that Christine Kangaroo is very active in the PNM, and they put up she Garcia son is her husband, and this one and that one is that, all kind of thing. You know?
But you saw that article where she said. You saw the article where she said that she'd prefer a president who is non-partisan. I read that article today. I read that article.
Who said that? Possessor?
Yeah, Bissessa says that.
So what was she complaining about now?
I don't know. No, she's saying that whoever becomes the president or who is nominated for the presidency shouldn't be aligned with any party, any political party. In that instance, why did she put up Israel Khan? You see,
Tommy, you're right. You're right. She said, speaking at her office on Charles Street, Port of Spain, Prasad Possessor said, this shows that the government has no respect for non-partisan people in this post. Kangaroo contested the seat in a point of pay against Wade Mark. Her whole family is in bed with the PNM, and E. Rowley wants to say apolitical. Her father was a former PNM mayor. She married into the family that sits on state boards. Her husband gets all state brief. But listen, in Trinidad and Tobago, who don't get state brief that's related to somebody, that's related to some politician?
But further to that, are the people in the population listening and reading what these politicians are saying, or at least what is being said?
No, they're not.
And can they comprehend what is being told to them?
No.
We're married to who getting contract from the government, and they want you to sacrifice and wean yourself off the government, but they themselves are getting rich. Ah, Lord, Father God, rest a hand, boy.
Yeah, I mean,
the thing is this: we are just trying to interpret and decipher and analyze what is being said and being fed to the public. We're not trying to be no superstars or nothing, but I mean, they would probably say that we are being picky or whatever, but at the same time,
we're being critical of the government.
No, you're a troublemaker and rebel rousers and mischief makers.
Well, they're going to have to say that we're critical of both elements of governance, the leadership and the opposition, because the opposition, we are also analyzing the opposition's position and recommendations and speaking truth to power as far as it goes with what they are saying and doing. I mean, we are balanced in our view and our analysis as a whole.
I just say that, right? I saw that many people took Fitzgerald Hines to task for his wrongstiousness,
Oh
right?
no.
Think about this. If there is righteousness, there has to be
Mhm.
wrongness.
Hey.
I don't care what anybody says. It's funny, and here's why I say that. A lot of people used to say to me, well, there's no word as fantabulous, no word as splendiferous, no word as marvelous, no word as splentastic, right? And we use tutulbe all the time.
And
Is
I,
now a word? Is
I've,
NH a
I've,
word?
used, I've used the word wise instead of wisdom because I said wisdom look like wisdom and really real. So I said
Yeah.
maybe it's just to be wise.
And there
Mm.
was a big uproar in Trinidad and Tobago over a word wrongstiousness.
Mhm. But it's not the word, it's who it coming from. Isn't he a qualified barrister and all that?
But Diana,
Yeah, but
wrongstiousness, to me, wrongstiousness, if you're not righteous, you're wrongstous.
Anselm? Anyway, go ahead.
No,
no,
but
but as we go, we could craft our own dialect
correct.
because we basically when you think about it, this is not our mother's tongue anyway.
Okay, so you go and tell a verified, qualified English. Let one of your students present it to you in a homework thing. There, you telling me say that professor it wrong just and how you
No,
go
but
grade that paper?
no,
All right.
but there's a context for everything.
Correct. The context. Bacchanal.
Huh?
Bacchanal is our word.
Hmm?
Yes, yes, that's a
That's a
drunken revelry of a wine revel, drunken
yeah.
revelry.
But
Bacchanal
it's
Yeah,
has
not
but
a
been a
word
word
we
for a
made
long
up.
time.
It's not a word we made up in Trinidad.
No, no, no.
no,
You
it's a
know who
word in
Bacchus?
there.
You know who Bacchus is?
One of them who
That's
No.
you
that's
want.
the god of revelry and wine.
Mm,
So one of his party was called a Bacchanal.
okay, all right.
Yeah, so I think what we do, we tend to pick on certain things and make it into larger things when there's more significant things for us to deal with.
They're more important and relevant
Yeah,
things to address.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What happens is that distractions helps to keep you away from your goal or your focus.
And the thing about it is, Tommy and Diana, is that most of the times the attacks, it's the PNM attacking the UNC or the UNC attacking the PNM. It's never that, boy, the PNM did something right and the UNC supported them, or the UNC did something right and the PNM supported them. It's like once you're in opposition, it's to oppose everything the government put forward. And they have
Exactly.
said that, and they have said that themselves. That's what they
That's
have
what it
said.
is.
That,
That's
and
what it
that's
is.
what they, and that's right. So we're gonna oppose everything that they put forward. We're not gonna support them on anything. So
Even though yesterday we supported the same thing, today they brought it forward. We're not
we're
going to
not
support it because it came from their lips as opposed to ours.
correct. You know,
And
you know.
but I'm saying that the people who needs to keep an eyeball or the eyeball focus is the voters, the constituents, and do the right thing by sending a strong message. Throw both of them in the damn political garbage heap.
Yeah. I Eugene Julian, good night. I mean, to be honest with you, boy, I when I look at the politics in Trinidad and Tobago, it's just that, you know, the smallest thing comes into a big thing. Look at the big thing. Rowley wife owning him. What did that do to improve them sufferers' lives in Trinidad and Tobago?
Distractions. Those are just distractions, man.
What did I do to improve sufferers' life in Trinidad and Tobago? Black Stalin talk about sufferers.
Not a blessed thing.
What did
Just
it
keeps the focus off the solutions.
Yeah? If Fitzgerald say righteousness and wrongiousness. Right?
Mm.
And
so what?
And we continue. Right?
And that's when they're gonna dangle the trinkets in front of them. Because they're done distracted already, so it's easy for them to pay attention to that bright trinket in front of them and be bamboozled.
What about solutions?
Right.
You know, for example, right? You know, I have said over and over, Trinidad needs to have a recreation department in all 41 constituencies. So those young kids can have something to do when they come from school, during their time off. There's always some recreational activities happening in the constituency. That's what they do in all these communities here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every one of them have a recreation department. If it's not soccer, it's baseball, basketball, lacrosse. The new thing is touch football, right? And track and field. And they have these things all year round. Now I hear they're going to renovate Hazy Crawford Stadium, right? For 80 million. And I'm keeping a keen eye on that. They're going to renovate the track. And I'm hoping, boy, I don't see no exorbitant money to renovate that track.
But you know where it's gonna go. Everybody gonna eat a food off of that, and you ain't gonna see no proper stadium.
But that's how it works, you know. Everybody eat the food. They don't go make open for food eating.
80 million, they're going to renovate it. They're going to renovate certain things in the Hazy Crawford Stadium because they're having, I think, the Commonwealth Youth Games in the Hazy Crawford Stadium. And secondly, why do you have to have activities, carnival activities, at the best place for track and field in the country? Why? You have to put all kind of metal on top of the track, right? And all around the track. Why do you have to do that? Why?
I don't know.
Boys, if I'm Minister of Sports, the only activities, unless they could have something what doesn't go on the track, right? You can have activities there. But when stuff, because they're mashing it up.
You know, I am Anselm and Diana. I went to Brazil, to Rio de Janeiro, and there's a place they call the Carnival Factoria, where all year round there's carnival. There's on a Thursday night there's like a simulated carnival. It's a tourist attraction, but it's like a space that is as big as the Queen's Park Savannah, and the entire space is for carnival, quote unquote, carnival tourism. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are we doing? What's really going on with this Queen's Park Savannah? What is that space? All that space being used for right now?
Tell me, boy.
I don't know. As fodder for the homeless to sleep on.
Tommy boy, I have seen so many activities. First of all, Trinidad had one of the best sand tracks in the world. For running. Horses used to train on that sand track. I used to train on that sand track. Right? And that was a place, boy, where you can go in there and train, and it helps your strength in your legs because you have to put your foot in that sand and take it out.
Right.
But that sand track now, is it's like what you call it, boy? It's like a canal now. It's a canal. It's a canal. I went last time I went through and I went and running it because I look the thing, boy. You had to go sideways from side to side because a big hole over here, big hole over there, right? But look what just came to my phone, right? Approximately $5 million have been approved by cabinet to support unsponsored steel band for Carnival 2023, and the payment of $500 to each steel band player for Panorama 2023. So you know what I'm doing? If I was a steel band player, I go and play for 5 unsponsored bands, right? So I make him small thing, right? Like 2,500, right, Tommy?
Wait. How much you paying? $500, you say?
To each steel band player for Panorama 2023.
Wait,
500.
what? Lord, Father God.
Isn't that's not bad though?
That would pay the taxi
Wait,
fare to
wait,
go.
wait, 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 wait. Wait. It's 500 US or 500 TT?
Come on, you in Trinidad, that would be 500 US.
Wait, Anselm, honest to God, you really believe that compensates them
It
adequately?
doesn't. It doesn't. What it does is subsidize their traveling and
It helps.
meal
It
ticket.
helps. It helps. It helps.
It's just a subsidy. It's
Yeah,
just
if you are youth, if you are youth, and you playing for an unsponsored band, you see, now if you don't get nothing, what happens? If I give you 500, at least, if you had to go somewhere, you could pay for transportation. You could buy a
correct.
little, maybe you could buy a little something.
You could buy a Moby and a hops bread or something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and we tend to want to look at these things of, oh, it's $500.
So wait now. So you're telling me, well, let's say you're doing it at will. Nobody's forcing you to play, right? Okay, good. Let's just draw that to the forefront. You're playing this thing at will. I sweat and beating the pan, man. I'm tired, man. Wrist hurting, man. Going home late. Are they subsidizing my outfit too? I buy my own. I had to pay for my own outfit. Because everybody's looking and I'm coordinated. And then when all is said and done, I get $500. But okay.
It's a start. It's a start.
Okay. That's wunderbar.
It's a start.
That's wunderbar.
To me, I think that this is a great initiative because the band is unsponsored. And if it was me, if I was a person, I would have tried to play for 5 unsponsored bands. Because that means to say I may not be good enough to make a sponsored band. Right? But I could play for a sponsored band. And the big thing is that that's $500 less that I'd have put out of my pocket. What happened if they were getting zero? What happened when they were getting zero? What happened?
$500. Hey, Lana, how much for a chicken? How much for a whole chicken in Trinidad? What's the average price of a whole chicken? Somebody tell me now.
So you
How
want
much was
you want them to sponsor a whole chicken for you because you playing for
how much I am a male, a single male with 3 children in the house. To see about how much for a whole chicken only help, you know, and a sandwich bread.
You have a choice, you know. Diana, you have a choice, you know. You don't have to go and play.
And a sandwich bread.
But you don't have to go and play.
And I living in Arima, but I'm not playing for a band in Arima. I'm playing for a band in Gustin or in Tong. So that is taxi fare. How much is it from Arima to Port of Spain? All help, you know. One way.
Whose choice is that? Whose choice is
What?
that?
Only how much for a ticket? How much for passage from Arima to Port of Spain one way? Somebody help me now.
Yeah, well,
What?
I,
Chicken
I,
going
I,
up. If you don't have $100 and more, you can't get a chicken. You might get a pigeon.
I as the band leader, we try to encourage carpooling with all those from Arima. Let's see who has cars and that
How
kind
much
of
for
thing.
how much for a tank of gas these days? How much for a tank of gas?
300.
$300 could fill up your tank. And how long it lasts in you? It lasts you the whole of the carnival season. Only
No,
help me now. The
no,
the three the 300 that the tank of gas lasts in the whole carnival season.
no. I have to go to work and I have to go to practice after.
Mm-mm. So how much we dig into the $500 there already? 300 for gas alone, and that ain't even lasting a half of the week, right? Depending if you don't get caught in traffic jam and burn it out. Oh, they help me now. Oh Lord Father. Rest a hand on Trinidad and Tobago, boy. Oh
Diana,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Diana, sorry
it's
to
not.
say,
Oh,
it appears to me that nothing they do will satisfy you.
oh God, Anselm, them people talented, they deserve it
Diana,
more.
it just appears to me that nothing they do could satisfy you. If you say $1,000, you go say $1,500. If you say $1,500, you go say
Oh
$2,000.
God, but at least come on, now, man.
Listen,
$500. TT.
Martin
When you
Luther King
say
said,
when you
you
say
don't
US,
have to see all the flights in the stairs. You only have to see the first flight.
well, I ain't even seen the first flight.
This is the first flight. This is the first time.
I ain't seen no first
This is
flight
the
with this
first,
$500.
this is the first time.
All the current gone. I ain't seen the first flight, and I can't find a bottle to make a flambeau. I ain't seen nothing. I could fall down the step.
Diana,
Huh?
I have a suggestion. I have a solution suggestion for you. Adopt a band
Mm,
anywhere you perform. Bring that band to
mm.
perform. Negotiate. Be the manager. So you negotiate for that band so that they can get a tour. They can get a 20 cities tour or something, or maybe a
I have a suggestion for you. You're the commissioner in Newark, New Jersey. You got more
yeah,
pull
yeah.
than me. You could do that faster than me. Nobody don't know me. They don't know me, so they know you.
You
And
you
Wall
you
Street.
you're a world class poet.
No, but they
Nobody.
don't know me, so. They don't
I
know
can
me, so.
only bring them to my city, but you can go from city to city because you are the storm.
Me, nah, I good. Nobody ain't paying me to do that. If they pay me to do it, yeah. And everybody lying in the pocket at the political trough. If they want me to do that,
Here,
yeah.
here's what.
Talk,
Here's
talk.
what.
Come
Here's
and
what.
talk,
Diana,
talk, talk.
Diana,
Yeah.
what amongst you think would be good for them to start them with?
What amongst I think will be good? Not
Yeah.
$500.
No, but what amongst you
TT.
think would be good?
500 US maybe.
Okay.
But not 500 TT. Nah.
You can get that band working for a lot more than 500 US a session.
500 US maybe. 500 TT. Come on. How much for a beer? Well, highly said Diana answer like half ASS thing. That is why Trinidad. So what could 500 do for anybody? That is a joke. Best you don't do nothing at all. Waste of time. 500 TT answer. God. Hmm.
Okay. If I am a sufferer and I playing for an unsponsored band and I gain 500 to play something that I like, I'll take it and be happy with it.
But that is you. A
And
sufferer.
I show there's many of them. Many of them.
500 TT. Nah,
Yes,
boy.
many of them who will take it willingly.
But
Willingly.
they,
And they,
and I'm saying they deserve it of more the talent and all that they're doing. They deserve it of more.
Diana,
That's what I'm saying.
the only reason why they are giving them that is because the band is unsponsored. If the band is sponsored, I am sure that band, them fellas in them might be getting way more money than that.
So wait. So why is it that is there disparity between why somebody can't sponsor two bands or something? What is really going on with the whole
Yes,
panorama thing?
there are companies that sponsor more than one band.
You see, and that they leave 500. Nah, boy. All of these. Anyway, I'm just saying, your talent and stuff, y'all deserve more. Okay, that's what I'm saying, and I taking my stance
I
there.
agree. I
Yeah,
agree, but yeah, but that's better than zero.
$500 food, clothes, and drinks one day, money done. Lot of
If I was in Trinidad and I playing for an unsponsored band and I get offered 500, I taking it and I am very, very happy.
Well, then you know what?
But
Then you that
the
you
choice was
believe
zero.
that's your worth,
No,
and
no,
so
no, no,
you're gonna
no,
settle. You're
no,
settling for that.
no,
I'm not
no.
gonna settle for no 500
So
TT.
don't take it
I
then.
want
Don't take
more.
it. Just
Well,
leave it.
conglomerate leave they stand up and they say no, we deserve more. Bet you they find more to get them.
Okay. All right.
That's
All
a
right.
trinket. That's a trinket they're waving.
No, no, no. That.
Nah, 500. Come on, Anselm. That's an insult to
You,
the them talented youth. That's
you
an
seem
insult.
to put everything in the same barrel.
That's an insult. 500 US. Yes. Don't
It's
give
an
me no
insult.
500 TT to bust my tail all season. I bend up my wrist all how and pour me and my eardrum and all kind of. Come on.
And
500.
nobody putting
Five.
a gun to your head and telling you how to go and
No,
fight
no,
that man.
but I'm doing
Nobody putting a
something.
gun to your head. This is
I'm
not
doing something.
an employment. You're not being employed. The
I'm
government not
doing something.
employed.
I'm
You're
doing
not
something for
employed.
the. I'm doing something for the betterment of my country. We want more money. We want more money.
Okay. All right. So
Man, you ain't shame. Like a piece of say you ain't shame. Oh God.
Eugene
And
says that puts an end to unsubstantiated narrative spurred by Miss Brave Voice. Yes, Eugene, that actually put an end. And it put an end to that unsubstantiated narrative spurred by her. And she was taken to task by it. And when she realized that it was unsubstantiated, um, rumor mongering, she shifted the goalposts. And she has shifted the goalposts even recently and stated that she believed that Christine Kangulu is going to resign and Rowley is eventually going to come the president.
oh Lord.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
Lord. Them have a crystal ball, boy. We gotta get our crystal ball. But Anselm, look somebody say here too. Um, there's how a flag woman in front the bands, right? It's called a flag woman.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
So, 500 came do she weave.
I don't get that.
You know,
No, I don't get
and
that. I don't get that analogy. I
you don't
really
get the
don't.
analogy? And the
No, I don't.
outfit the woman got to wear and all. Come on, answer. No,
I
but
don't.
on
Let
a
me ask you a
serious note,
question. Let me ask you a question.
on
If
a
she have a
serious,
weave,
uh, uh,
if she have a weave for all the previous years, she wasn't getting nothing, right? For all the 10 years, she wave flag, she have a uniform, and she ain't get nothing. How about
mm,
that? How about that? How
well,
about that?
on a serious note, I think they deserve more. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking you a
No,
question. What about the
but
years that they didn't get anything and you still
mm,
have everything else? What about that?
nah, she still deserve more. Still deserve more. Yep.
Right.
And that you see, you got that to me, and I am not harping on anyone's form of employment. You're treating them like the CPEP workers now.
Listen. That again, that analogy just doesn't make sense,
But
Diana.
you gain that you gain you're making them
Diana,
hold on. You
Diana,
gain them money and making them
Diana, you did it.
hold on.
You did it for zero. You know what the government should do?
Hmm.
If I was the government, based on what you're saying, Diana, I would say, you know what,
Hmm.
Olia, we're gonna stay status quo, no money.
You
I'm
get
not
you
giving away
nah,
any money. But Diana
them is
says because
skillful people. Them need more money.
I'm not gonna give you
Ambassadors.
money.
Them is ambassadors of the culture. You need to pay them more money. But they find money to put people in hog pen in the savannah though, to pay for them cow pen, right? But you can't pay proper money to people that really bringing forth the talent,
But Lana,
the culture.
Lana says back in the time, pan players were getting close to 1,500.
Hmm.
The difference here is that there are sponsored bands and there are unsponsored bands.
Hmm.
And I don't believe $500 is all they're gonna get. That's just a little assistance for now.
Yeah.
There's an appearance fee that Pancho Bigo pays to each band.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you know what? I bet you it's a set of paperwork and bacchanal and drama to get any additional funds.
Yeah, it may take a long time to get the additional funds, but there's funds. Yeah, but there are funds that are being paid for each appearance.
I am saying they deserve more. All right, good. I marvel. I marvel at the skill and the talent of a person that can beat pan. I marvel at it. I wanted to learn to beat the pan when I was younger, but right, the Boogie Monster won't let me go do nothing. I always marvel.
You can still learn to beat pan. If you want to play it, you can learn to play it too.
Yeah, I plan to. Somebody's working with me virtually. They're teaching me the A and the E and my old brain and holding everything. I try to learn to play the piano too.
You buy the instrument, and there's a teach yourself manual that comes with the instrument today. Go buy
Hello.
Go
I
to
just tell you.
By Shazando. Yeah, you can buy a pan there and get a manual, teach yourself manual.
And it's themselves that wanted to teach me how to play the pan later when I was younger. But Tommy, my old brain can only hold but so much these days. You could teach me the F and the G and the whatever, and I look at the pan, I go forget where the F is and hit the G instead.
No, Diana, you bring it, you hang it up in your living room, and you just every time you pass, once a day, you spend 20 minutes, half hour, whatever.
Beating this one.
After a while, everything starts sticking.
Beating this one note.
No, you don't beat one note. You have a book that you follow. You're following what the booklet says.
And I'm doing it and I'm trying to teach myself to play the piano too. But for some reason, when we in front of the key, I'm trying to correlate reading music and finding the key on the keyboard.
After a while, you keep doing it. After a while, you get it. Just like everything else you've learned to do.
Okay, Tommy.
Regardless how old you are.
If you say so.
It's in the village with the DAT triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And I see our guest is in the background, so let's go for a quick station identification. Stick and stay. It's Diana, Tommy, Anselm, and you in the village with the DAT triplets. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAT triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Heidi says, big joke. Pan been around for how long, and the best you can do is 500. And again, unsponsored bands, right, are being allocated $5 million and $500 per pan player. Albert Montano said all steel band players get paid for the number of times they perform.
That's right.
The top steel band players in the country, Desperados, Renegades, Phase 2 Pan Groove, them fellas do very, very good.
All stars,
right?
Yeah,
Uh,
Skip, Claire, all them band.
yeah, Pontclair, Sergeant, all them banner them, and an initiative was put in place to help the unfortunate and unsponsored. Okay, this seemed to be a separate allocation to them, right?
That is a separate allocation because they get an appearance fee for every time they
Yeah,
go into
it's a
the
separate allocation. So, I mean, people want to look at it and say, oh God, it's 2022 and they only pay them 500. It's an unsponsored band, right? There's a great possibility that some guys, maybe in that unsponsored band, just want to play with that band and bring other people along. But they might be playing with Renegades or they might be playing with All Stars. And who knows? Maybe that same person who playing with Renegades also might take his 500 and allocate it to somebody who getting 500 because they may need an additional 500. But we don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know how the money is going to be allocated. But to me, I I always say, right, it's better to try and fail than fail to try, right?
Amen.
It's better to try and fail than fail to try. People always want to, yes, you want them to start at, everybody want to start, get them $2,000. You want to start them at 2,000. You want to start them at $1,500, right? Good. You get something that you didn't have before. You didn't have it, right? It's zero and five. If somebody come to you and say, listen, I'll give you $0 or I will give you 500, we go tell them, nah, I want 1,000.
That is not adequate for them. That's my stance, and I stay in there.
No, no,
Now,
that's
who we
fine.
know?
But
That's
Who
fine.
we going?
that's not. Nobody said that's the end all and be all. That's just a little subsidy.
Well, I don't think it is adequate, and I'm staying there. Good.
Yeah, I mean, all right, let's bring in our guest. Hello, welcome to In the Village with the DAT triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Hello,
Happy
good
New Year.
evening. Happy New Year. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we hear you
Priscilla.
loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Long time no see.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
We're gonna
Thank you
have,
all so much for inviting me on.
yeah, I know Tommy had tried his best to get you previously, but the schedule and everything else didn't allow us to, in order for you to come into the village with us. But Project Love, I mean, that sounds like something real good, but Project Love, what type of love are we sharing here? Introduce yourself and tell us what is
Yes,
Project
good
Love is all about.
evening. Happy New Year. I'm so happy to be a part of the family. This is my second appearance. And Project Love Global is a nonprofit I created. I'm here in Pennsylvania. And Project Love Global is designed to help people back home in Trinidad, mainly children in need. And we focus a lot on Christmas and collecting presents, and throughout the year, just, providing lunches and making sure the people back home feel the love from Project Love.
Wow, wow. How long have you guys been in existence?
We've been in existence for about 3 years now, but our official nonprofit status happened in February of last year. So we're so blessed that our vision keeps building and going.
So how did you guys come to Project Love? What was the initial stage in order for you to come to Project Love? What something happened? What triggered you or whoever in order for you to come to Project Love?
Absolutely. So I don't know if I said my name, Priscilla Ramcharan, and I
Okay.
attended boarding school in Farmington, Connecticut, Miss Porter's school.
Wow,
So
boarding
one
school.
day,
Stop. Wait a minute. What boarding school you went to? No, because
Miss
some people
Porter's school.
say that again.
Miss Porter's school.
Well, how far is that from Kent School? The Kent School?
Oh, I used to go to Kent School for games and parties, so maybe about an
Oh,
hour.
wow, wow. No, it's interesting. It's interesting because my son was gonna go to the South Kent, right?
Oh, I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
some friends out there.
Right.
That's awesome. It's
So
a
when you say
small world. That's what I
small
say.
world, yeah, when you say boarding school, my son had a scholarship to go to South Kent, right?
Okay.
And it's an all boys school.
Yes.
And the principal, he asked the principal, I remember my son said this. He says, "Where are the ladies?" You know, at 18 years.
They were at Miss Porter's because that's the all girls.
The principal said, "Well, we do some type of things with Kent School because I
Uh-huh.
think Kent was co-ed, and Kent was one of those bigger boarding schools in Connecticut. I mean, expensive, but one of the bigger
Oh, yes.
boarding schools in Connecticut. But it's interesting. So since you say boarding school, you know, and my son actually went to the Hill boarding school in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I have some friends out here too at the Hill School.
Oh
I want
wow!
I won a scholarship from a program in Newark called the White Foundation. I
Oh
attended Mount Vernon School in Ivy Hill.
yes, I know that school very well, and Tommy will know it
Mhm.
too. Yes,
My kids went there. My two children went there.
Yes.
yes, I know that. That's right across from Seton
Smaller.
Hall, right across from the back of Seton Hall.
We had
That's
our
right.
prom at Seton Hall.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, so the program that gave me the scholarship to boarding school, I went to Miss Porter's school.
Mm.
And one day they said, let's do a day of service. So if there's something you're interested in doing for service. And for me, I always, always wanted to help children back home because me having the opportunity to experience the American education system on a boarding school level where
Right.
you're college preparatory, you have clubs, you have all these amazing things happening in your community, you want to share it with the students back home. So I said, well, all right, let's do one day of making cards for orphans. And from that one day, we started snowballing into, people wanting to collaborate. How can we do more? How can we expand? And from that one day, I said, you know what? We are so blessed. And my two children, we homeschool. So it was also a way to teach them gratitude and how to give back to the community. So they're also my number one team, my husband too. Everything just started snowballing from that one day of service with Miss Porter's.
You know, it's very interesting because I also started the Laventil to Wall Street Scholarship Foundation in Trinidad because I grew up
What's
in
that?
Laventil, you know, and it's the same type of thing. You know, we have different initiatives, you know, throughout the year, just to give back. Because I went to school on a track and field scholarship, you know, and I know what,
Congratulations.
yeah, and I know what it's like to go to school for free. So I'm trying to get some of those kids in Trinidad, right, to have those opportunities that I had, you know, in order for them to experience, you know, going to college and getting a degree, and might be the first one in their family to get a college degree. So, you know, I mean, this is something, you know, really fantastic. And I love the name, Project Love. You know, I really love the name. You know.
Absolutely. So you and I have lots to talk about. I'm all about exploring the bigger picture, even if it means giving a scholarship to a student on the island to come out here and study and pursue their dreams. Or one of my biggest dreams, I'll tell you, is to have a boarding school on the island.
Oh
But
wow,
I
wow,
know
impressive.
it's
Listen, listen. You don't just don't know because my daughter and
Mhm.
and it's like my daughter went to Pingree,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
right.
I just can't wait to talk to you off screen.
So yeah, so my daughter went to Pingree, and I used to say to myself, boy, wouldn't
Mm,
it be nice if we have like a Pingree in Trinidad and Tobago, where these
yes,
kids go to the best of the best. Some of these kids go to the best of the best schools in the country.
yes,
It's like it's just unbelievable because it's not just about education there alone, but they have very good in sports too as well. You know,
yes.
they have a lot of plays. You know, my daughter was involved in a lot of plays and did a lot of things. There's just so much going on. So I think we have so much in common. You could see I perk up, you know, when we started doing these
Me
type of
too.
things. But, you know, it was
Absolutely. I do believe anything is possible. Right now is just the matter of getting the location. I believe in the law of attraction as well. And
wow. I
what
do
it
too.
is.
I
Oh,
do.
good. that you vision and you're unconditionally loving what it is that you're doing, everything will come.
Yep. No, the law of attraction is the one. Is it by Laura Burns? Is it by um? There's some
Rhonda.
Rhonda Burns. There we go. There we go. There we go. Thank you. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually back then I
Hmm.
bought that CD with everything
Oh,
to do with the law of attraction. I mean, I might still have it in here in the house somewhere, but I do believe in that too as well. So I mean, listen, I could see by
like attracts like.
yes, I could see by the Project Love, I could see that just from that word, those two words alone shows that your organization is trying its best, to help. What parts of Trinidad were you from?
So I'm originally from Vista Bella, San Fernando,
Oh, okay.
and I
Oh,
came up here when I was 3. And recently, I put out my Project Love, what we did for Christmas this year. And sadly, we lost my papa, who came to this country with 10 cents in his pocket,
mm, mm,
brought us here, his grandchildren, his 3 grandchildren, and he was an entrepreneur. He woke up before the sun rose. He came home when it was dark in New York City, and he went back home. And one thing that he taught us is to celebrate life, celebrate,
mm,
everything that it is. He was always having fun and always happy. And when he passed, like I was sad, of course, but every time I think about him, I always think about him with music, love. Even in New York, we always felt wrapped into Trinidadian culture, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
So I always want to make sure that children feel loved. I believe in comfort and luxury for everybody. And if I can provide that, being this little Trini girl coming to the United States and, just having these opportunities put in front of me, angels that believed in me, I believe in everybody else as well and their success. So I recently published a book called Globalization of Hearts,
Mm.
and it's based on George Rampasad, who is a steel pan player out
Oh,
in
he's excellent. He's excellent.
Denmark. Yes,
He's excellent.
he's amazing.
Very
And
good.
what our thoughts was, you leave the island, but your heart is always home, no matter where you are. So look out for Globalization of Hearts.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So, do you work with different organizations in Trinidad, or you just have people on the ground there that you work with, when you're gonna do these activities?
Yes, for sure. And again, with that law of attraction, the team came to me.
Okay.
So recently, I partnered with Royal Castle TT. And you
Oh,
see the Trini accent comes out when you talk
very
about
good.
Trinidad.
Nice.
So
Mm,
we provided 50 lunch boxes
mm.
at the home for the socially displaced. So these are people who are unemployed. We
Okay.
provided Christmas lunch for them,
Mm.
and it was delivered by South Market TT. Have you heard of South Market TT?
No, no, I haven't heard of
Thank you, Lana. South Market TT, they have huge markets where entrepreneurs, small businesses can come out, set up their table, sell their products. And I'm a firm believer in supporting small businesses. So they delivered for me
it. Mm.
out there. And yeah, the partners just come through. We have Baker Joe, she'll bake Project Love cupcakes, Wishbone Restaurant. They'll prepare any lunch boxes and deliver anytime for us.
Wow, wow. This is really, really, really fantabulous, so to speak. And the thing about it is that I just hear you saying that there are many of us who come out to this country and we are still very patriotic, to the land of Trinidad and Tobago, and we want to give back as much as possible, because there's a quote that says you make a life by what you give rather than what you receive, and
Amen. Hmm.
it's just a pleasure, really having this type of discussion to know that we came here, we did, some of us did very well, and we always thinking about our homeland of Trinidad and Tobago and willing to do things to give back to, Trinidad and Tobago. Lana says Project Love's global blessing to you and all your helpers. She
Thank you,
said,
Lana.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My
Nadia said,
grandfather who passed, his surname is Boodoo, so I wonder.
oh, Lana, you might have family. Lana, you have family, Yeah,
For
I mean,
sure.
it is. Tommy, you have anything you want to say, Tommy, since you brought this
Yeah, well,
your first young lady?
I thought you so far you did a great job with your question, but for the most part, um, oh my goodness,
Tommy,
I kind of
how did you meet her, Tommy? How did you meet her?
through the commission.
Oh, through the commission. Okay.
I reached out to him. Like I said, law of attraction. You point and you get what you asked for. So I reached out to find out how can I get involved in the community? And he responded, and that was history in the making. So I was really blessed to get a response. Sometimes you reach out to people and it's so hard to get connections sometimes. But I'm so blessed that you all reached out to me.
Now you started a new foundation. Tell us about it. Uh, did am I correct in this question?
The West Indian Women Network.
Yes, yes. Tell us about it. Let's hear about it.
So I'm also the founder of the West Indian Women Network, which I created, and it's not exclusive to women. We welcome everybody into the West Indian Women Network. Share what you're doing around the world. We can network, help each other, support each other. There's the Facebook page, just West Indian Women Network, and we spotlight all of our achievers. A lot of times we're out here in the world and we're not recognized because we kind of just try to fit in and go with the flow, but Trinidadian people are doing amazing things around the world, and I
Correct.
want to know. I mean,
Correct.
we might just be a little nosy, but we
Yeah.
want to know what people are doing, how we can connect each other and support each other. So we're actually invited to appear in the St. Patty's Day Parade in West Orange in March. So we're putting together a group and going out with our flags and just representing for the West Indies. Um, and I think it's the 17th of March, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'll participate in that.
Oh, good.
Priscilla, is
Yes.
there is there a website for that new initiative?
Yes, I sent it over to Miss Diana because I wasn't sure if I could put anything in the chat.
We could put it in the chat.
Honestly, I see just it says private chat. So I don't know if anybody's going to see it, but I'll put it here. So you
Yeah.
can email me at projectlovetrinidad@gmail.com just to find out any more information. We're also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And all of the proceeds for our book, Globalization of Heart, goes towards our Christmas initiative because we really, really want to have a big Christmas celebration for those children who just really, I want to wrap them all in love and let them know that, what, somebody does care about you. Somebody wants to see you succeed, and that's us. So you can, message me anytime. We can figure it out. And um, at the moment, we're collecting for presents for this Christmas. And we're also collecting just for our, Valentine's Day. We'll provide lunch boxes, Christmas in July, Thanksgiving. If anybody has items for moms and children on the island, that would be so helpful. They can actually drop it off at the South Market office or at any of the markets that they have, usually at Napa or Sapa. And just get in touch with me. I'll definitely let you know what is needed. But the most important part is, what you said about this boarding school, that's my dream come true. So if that would be possible, it would be
Yeah, we talk about that. That I because
okay, good.
my son experienced boarding school, and I would like kids in Trinidad to experience what it's like to go to a boarding school. It's different, but it's a great experience. It's an
It's
experience.
a whole world,
Yeah.
right? Um, that is so wonderful. So yes, definitely let me know whatever it is, how you want to move forward. The boarding school in my mind would be, more focused on happiness and following your passion and following what it is that you love, creating your own world. So I teach English internationally, ESL, on the computer virtually. And I also teach for the same scholarship program that sent me to Miss Porter's school. So,
Wow.
as a teacher, yeah, I understand that everybody has different needs, different learning styles, and we do have the tools to put the opportunity in their hands. So if I can do that, I say why not?
Miss
Yeah.
Ogie still run that foundation?
Miss Argis, yes, that's my angel. She's still with us, and I speak to her every day. She absolutely believes in reaching back and helping communities in every which way. Since I was 12 years old, Miss Auguste has put opportunity in my hand, and she always taught me to look back, reach back. We all came from this little island, and here we are, passionate about helping, passionate about education, passionate about building the future.
Mm.
So yes, Miss
You
Auguste.
know, yeah, so Akira says, is this live or is this recorded? Akira, this is live, live, live and direct. You getting it live and direct.
Live and
It's
direct.
live and direct. It's funny that you say that, right? At the beginning of this semester in my class, there were sometimes that I do a little something with reaching back. I put a pail in the front of the glass and I give each person a page, right? And I tell them to ball it up and try to toss it into the can, right? And the people that are in front of the class just toss it into the can and they were like, poop, and they were happy. And you see the people all the way in the back trying to dog, and they're missing. Oh my God, I missed, and I missed. And I said, does anybody tell me what I'm trying to, what is my idea here? Nobody can tell me what the idea was, but the idea was that the people in the front should help the people in the back, bring them along so they could come to the front. For example, just bring them and say, you could come sit with me. And if you come sit with me, then you can easily toss your paper into the garbage pail. So
Yes,
that it also to bring people along with you. So
yes.
I hear you full 100, full 100.
Nice. And I also believe in being that role model that you needed
Mhm.
back then.
Yeah.
That person to really help you out and you're feeling lost about the future, what's happening. Yes, be that person to say, come sit with me. Let me show you what I'm doing, how I can take you to the next level for sure.
Yeah.
Priscilla,
Yes.
how are you doing?
Yes,
I
my
know.
darling.
How are you doing? You had reached out to me for guidance to steer you toward costumes.
Yes.
Were you successful in the avenue I sent you?
Yes and no.
Oh.
So we're thinking about the simplest way to organize for the parade, to have the costumes, very easy and comfortable to wear. So
Mhm.
I'm still looking out for any carnival related, West Indian women related costumes for the parade to make us stand out, of course. Caribbean women, we like to
Mhm.
stand out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna I'm gonna link you up with Charlene.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Charlie Romano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
There
right.
you go.
So you
Right.
see, there, in good
Charlie
hands
Romano.
now.
Yeah. Charlie will take care of that.
Yes. And let me just say on the other side, I'm an entrepreneur. I believe in multiple streams of income. And if anybody you know in these times need guidance in any way, my network is very huge. So if anyone is looking for maybe, some kind of work or they want to volunteer or any type of opportunity that you may be looking for, I may be able to just connect you to the right person.
Oh, there we
And
go.
also too, how's the
Mhm.
reading coming along?
The
Reading for Adua? Or you didn't get it yet?
I was thinking about that today. So that's on the agenda. Right now, I'm reading Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk. I
Oh,
just,
I thought you were reading per Adua ad Astra.
no,
Not yet? Okay.
not yet. It's on the agenda. And I just finished reading the Will Smith book. And if anybody hasn't read the Will Smith book, growing up in Newark, that was my introduction to American slang, Will Smith.
Oh, so you choose Will Smith that punch Chris Rock out over me. Okay. Priscilla,
Mine is
that's
that
love.
I'm trying
Love.
to get your book in the library. What I'm doing is creating a Caribbean section in our library. So I'm hoping to get our books in the library. But Will Smith went to Trinidad and he said that Trinidadian children are
Mm.
baked to perfection by the
Oh,
sun.
oh.
Trinidadian children are the most beautiful children he's ever seen in the book. I just thought I had to put that out there. But yes, we
and,
give
and
community service.
you cuter when you mix with a little Bajan. Go ahead.
You're making me forget what I was gonna say. But it is always a pleasure, and I really want our community, anything I can do for you all, any connections that I can help with, any projects that I can collaborate with you all on. That is really what lights the fire within me is to connect people and grow and share and expand and always, have fun. Life is short.
Correct is right. Correct is right. Life is short, and I mean,
Very true.
yeah, this is very stimulating, and you can see we have quite a bit in common and quite a bit of things that we can actually do together, in
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago to improve the lives of many of the less fortunate in Trinidad and Tobago, which is something that, we are very passionate about here, in the village. And, we're gonna get together and do some things, I mean, I would like to get that first kid from Trinidad to get a scholarship to go to a boarding school.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right now,
I,
that's what I was actually doing this whole
yeah.
entire winter period,
Mm.
filling out boarding school applications, helping applicants to write that essay and, do the SSAT prep,
Yeah,
etc. So I
yeah,
have
yeah.
the experience. I know exactly what it is.
You know,
And mhm.
something I and we're gonna close with this, right? I at one time I wanted to get a building in Trinidad, the Laventille to Wall Street Empowerment Center, where kids could get free SAT classes, free ACT classes,
That would be
and
lovely.
yeah, teach them, entrepreneurial skills. So we could eventually get these kids getting academic scholarships, because they're doing well on the ACT, doing well on the SAT,
Hmm.
but I know that it's going to happen at some point in time. So I'm
Yes.
keeping faith.
Yes. So please take my contact information, projectlovetrinidad@gmail.com. Get in touch with me. Let's see what we could do. Sometimes in the back of our head, we doubt, are these dreams and goals so big that it can't be achieved? But I believe that when you have, like I said, the law of attraction, the right team, you've attracted like minded people, everything is possible.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Agree.
indeed. And one more last quote. The road to success is always under construction.
Mhm.
So,
You know, and what I
yeah.
also say that something that I always use, I'm putting this in the chat. Project Love, Facebook me / Project Love 19. That's in the chat. You know, I always say too, growing up in Laventille, I always say to myself, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. And
Amen.
another one that I've gone through my life living is hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. Because I mean, being that I'm a runner, I may not be the most talented person, but I think my talent is hard work. That no one can outwork me, you know, in track and field. So I
Oh,
mean, this was a really a pleasure, and we're gonna stay in contact. You know,
yes.
and I want to thank Tommy, you know, for
Yes, Tommy.
I mean,
Yes,
And
indeed.
Diana,
I
because
have
my
one
sweetheart.
quote, one quote before we leave. I always
Mm.
say that there are no elevators to success, only steps.
Oh, yes, for sure. But I was
absolutely.
going to say we are our only competition because we are one of a kind. There's no one that can duplicate us.
That's right. We originate in the village. That's right.
You already know. So I'm going to buy your books tomorrow, okay?
Mm. I
You
thought you already bought it. My bad.
no.
She was supposed to donate it, right?
Yes.
You know how many
So
copies I donated already?
I have your certificate for you all from Project Love for having us on. Thank you so much. And I do have a free gift for everyone. If they go to my website, they should be able to download Mindset to Self Love. It's a book that I wrote, and it just teaches you how to really love yourself first. Because if
Oh,
you,
important, important,
you
very important.
cannot be 100% you without being whole. And so that's
Amen.
something that I preach. Yes, you know
But,
already
but,
know that.
but you know something
Amen.
though. But you know something though.
Uh-huh.
Some people say that if you love yourself, they take that loving yourself as being egotistical. You know, is that you got a big ego. I mean,
But then guess what?
there
Maybe you'll encourage them to level up and
we go.
get to their self-love, right?
There we go.
Why is she so happy? Why is he so happy? Well, guess what? She's coming to you, he's coming to you whole and complete and full of love.
Mhm.
There we go. There we go.
Yes. I love you all so much. Thank you for this opportunity. I never
Yeah.
thought.
So, any closing words before you go? Any closing words?
Yes, everyone is 2023. It is time to free yourself and live your dreams.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much.
too.
Thank
I'll
you.
be in touch.
Take care.
Okay.
All
Take
right. Bye
care.
bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
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 There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's love.
Yeah. She just it's just even her persona.
She radiates.
Yeah. She has that persona, and the good thing about it is that it's interesting, right? I think that boarding school, it's something that I mean, y- you know, it's an experience. I would like to see at least 5 to 10 kids out of Trinidad and Tobago have that experience to go to boarding school on a full scholarship.
You know, I was looking at a post recently where I'm trying to remember the brother's name, was talking about the reason why he wants the students that he's going to develop to be in his school as a boarding school. He says when they leave the school environment for the day and they go back home, they slip, they they, they slip backwards. He says you can keep he say if you're building them up, you got to keep them once you finish teaching them the academics. They got to stay in an environment where you can preserve what you're teaching. I'm trying to remember the brother's name. Um, Diana, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
Really?
Very positive. brother.
Or is he a motivational speaker or?
Yeah, he's a motivational speaker. He's from Philadelphia. He's opening a school in Washington or Maryland or somewhere there.
Oh, okay.
What's his name?
I can't think of it.
If I remember before. Oh man, I'm trying to remember this guy's name. But he's a big advocate for boarding school environment to bring kids the right way.
Oh,
It's not Les Brown, is it?
No.
Yeah, I think Les Brown is one of those guys. Ray still say, how are you going on, Sam? All you need to liven up the place more. It's 2023. Come up with some good ideas to go work for you. Lana says, great idea. Yeah. No, we have some splendiferous ideas that we wanna in 2023. I mean, just looking at some of the things that this young lady is doing, with respect to Project Love Trinidad and Tobago. There's so much you can do, and it's funny, right? That once she says boarding school, that there are many scholarships too, especially in this country, for kids to go to boarding school because they want boarding school to be a little more diversified. You know, boarding schools are not. You don't find a lot of us in boarding schools. Because it's expensive. It's very expensive. And but there's a lot of scholarship for kids to go to boarding school. And that's a good avenue for other people in Trinidad and Tobago as well. In order to continue on, and you can play sports there too. Which is also important. So, I mean, so that kind of got us away from all the politics of what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. So let's quickly go back to Martin George and listen to him, what he had to say about the from an attorney's perspective. Let's take a listen.
Been asked to comment on the issue of the choice by the government of nominating the Senate President, Christine Kangaloo, as their choice for President of the Republic. Now, firstly, when one looks at the issue from a legal perspective, I will say at the outset that there is nothing legally wrong with the government making such a choice. Actually envisaged the possibility that someone who is a member of the Senate or a member of the House of the Representatives can be elected, where a member of the Senate or the House of Representatives is elected president, his seat in the Senate or the House considered the possibility that someone could be a sitting member of the House of Representatives or a sitting member of the Senate and still be appointed as president or nominated for some solid legal ground in making such a decision. Where it gets interesting, of course, is apart from court of law, based upon what persons have expressed, naming the choice, it's concern sharing the views of others, because we must all remember that far back as the 1936 case, right, the Privy Council case, 1936 Privy Council case of Ambad versus Attorney General, right, this was a case from Trinidad and Tobago, right, and in that Privy Council case, Lord Atkins made it clear that one must all Atkins, in that case, that Privy Council case of Ambad versus Attorney General, said justice is not a cloistered virtue and must be allowed to suffer the scrutiny and the respectful, even though outspoken, comments of ordinary men. So, in other words, we, in looking at this situation in Trinidad and Tobago, have to listen to and be willing to hear the comments of ordinary citizens on the matter. And of course, the government can then decide whether they take those into account or not. So, in the court of law, the government is very clear and they are on solid ground. That's backed by the Constitution itself. Section 24 actually envisaged the possibility of a member of the Senate or a member of the House of Representatives being nominated for the post of president. In the court of public opinion, I urge the government to have regard to the Privy Council case of Ambad versus Attorney General, where Lord Atkins made it clear that we must still, even though you are on solid ground legally, we must still be open to hearing the views of others. And of course, you then make your final decision based upon that. We, however, bear in mind that once you venture into these areas of morals and ethics and whether it's morally right or ethically right, the words of former Prime Minister Basdeo Panday, when he made it clear that politics has a morality of its own. So we wait to see how this matter plays out in the public space.
Okay. All right.
Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that is Attorney Martin George, telling you that the public also has a role to play in this, right? And no, we didn't cut him off. It was finished. So I guess we gotta wait and see. I don't know what we're waiting to see. I don't know what we're waiting to see, but it's already academic.
You're waiting to see the next flight on the staircase.
Well, we know Christine Kangaloo is going to be the next president. So,
okay.
What are we going to do?
Refresh my memory. Was she involved in the was she on the, what do you call it, commission that selected the police commission or something? Where her name come from?
No.
Well, I mixed it up with somebody.
Yeah, she's just a politician.
She was also the Senate president, no?
Yeah.
Or the speaker.
Yes. Senate president. Senate president. But I think she's ultimately qualified to be the president. And we know for a fact that the government gonna pick somebody that's pro the government. And it's just like the Speaker of the House. They pick a person who is pro whoever the government is.
That's why nothing getting fixed.
Well, I don't. The president is ceremonial. The president can't really do nothing in Trinidad and Tobago.
There's nothing getting fixed. You see how many
Nobody.
times they had to vote to put Kevin McCarthy, and then finally they say, yeah, but these are the stipulations. Why you can't have that in Trinidad also? Nothing gonna get fixed, Anselm. Gonna be
The
the same thing
constitution,
over.
the constitution has to be adjusted, Diana, in order for us to really get some traction as
But
to
that I know. So who brave enough to challenge whomever, the judiciary system, the government, to change the constitution, but try and root out corruption? Who's brave enough to do that and no fair reprisal from Anselm Friend?
But no one person can do that. It's the government has to do that. The people have to. The people have to hold the government accountable in order for them to make changes to the constitution. Hold both the government and the opposition
the
accountable.
opposition. It has to be a bipartisan effort.
Yeah, it has to be bipartisan. No one side. Currently the way it's structured, no one side can make changes to the constitution.
And you honestly believe there's a chance for bipartisanship in Trinidad and Tobago with the race relations amongst the population so
Yes.
rancid?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
If the people hold them accountable.
Or you give a political party overwhelming powers by giving
Correct.
them enough seats so that they can make the decision without having to worry and wonder about whether or not they're going to get the support of the opposition.
I'm so waiting to see the outcome of the next election in Trinidad and Tobago. I am so waiting to see it.
Don't hold your breath, please.
I am so waiting to see. Honestly,
just don't hold your breath.
I'm waiting to see this one, boy. I never paid close attention before, but this time I'm paying close attention.
Why? What are you waiting to see?
I'm waiting to see what the populace is going to do. I'm really curious to see what the populace is going to do.
Nana, let me just show you something again, all right? Show me good.
Don't show me the two dogs fighting, please.
Diana, the current Shera episode should have been a benchmark for you to know how and why you shouldn't be so eager to wait to see, because anything can happen.
I'm waiting to see. And like I always say, the Trinidad I grew up in is not the Trinidad today. It's not the same Trinidad. People's thinking and all the goings on is not the same Trinidad. I knew there was a bourgeois mentality there. It has grown wider. It's gotten larger.
But Diana, I don't think any place that 45 years ago or 40 years ago is the same today. It's either they are better or they are worse.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to dispute that. But if you're better, you see it. I don't know if Trinidad better or it worse. I don't know. I can't say. I don't know because there's some people who say there's no poverty there. People are doing good. There are people who say it. There's people who believe it.
I can say this. The community that I grew up in is worse than I left it in 1977. I can talk about my community. I don't know about other communities. I can say Chumakak Lavantil is worse than when I left it in 1977.
See, and I'm not from Chumakak. I'm from a different area. I lived in different areas. And those areas, when I go to them and you talk to individuals, they're not telling you there's no crime situation. There's no hardship and poverty. But let them get up and go and find a work now. I'm like, where are they going for this job?
Anselm, and when you talk about your community being worse, you mean the physical
infrastructure.
What about the human capital?
I don't know now. I'm not sure about human capital. because I need to
But you
speak.
have a lot of bright people, children coming out of the
Yeah.
Laventille area, and they're well schooled and stuff. But and according to one of our ardent listeners, you you can't go and put that you're from Laventille when you're looking for a work. Huh? Well, why is that? Why is that? No, you talk about, now you understand why I said the bourgeois mentality?
But that has always been, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's always been a bourgeois mentality there, bourgeois class, and the bourgeois class has grown and it's gotten wider. Yeah.
But Diana,
Tell me not.
I just wanted to put these statistics up for you. This is a voting in the last election. 61% of Afro-Trinidadian voted for the PNM. 54% of Indo-Trinidadian voted for the UNC. 5% Afro-Trinidadian voted for the UNC, and 7% Indo-Trinidadian voted for the PNM. These are the statistics of how the voting is broken down in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So, as you can see, there's clearly a divide in Trinidad and Tobago. And until
and my thing is, these statistics here tell you there's a divide, and things ain't too rosy. So all you're gonna do is same thing. You cannot mix macaroni, egg, cheese, milk, and get sweet bread. You put the same ingredient, you're gonna come out with a macaroni pie. It may not come out a firm one, it might come out a soggy one, but you'll come out with something resembling a macaroni pie. Right? So I am saying, if you're not satisfied with what's going on now, you don't trust the other one, but try something new and see. And hold them accountable. Put them to the benchmark. And they don't perform, you go and you put your finger in the ink again and you kick them out. That's what I'm saying.
You see, what you have on each side of the dividers, we can't take the chance. We can't take a chance.
You can't take a chance for what?
I'm just saying the mindset that they exist with.
What is this you can't take a chance? Explain to me. Because if I live in there and I catch my nene and I can't get no work, and my children hungry, and my bills behind, and I go up and you is the person in charge of my country, and I suffering so, and I don't trust the other one. What you think I gonna do? What you think me, Diana, and they got plenty. I'm not putting my finger in the egg for that one sitting there now, and the other one may trust you. Are you gonna try something new? Let me see what's going on here. I go put you there, but if you don't do what I tell you to do, I am going to kick you out. I'm going to vote you to France where you came from.
Diana, because you think objectively, but most people in Trinidad are not thinking objectively. They're just subjective.
But they need to think objectively and stop jamming behind the truck and run everything. They want to run and whine and jam. You need to start thinking about the future of Trinidad and Tobago. You need to start doing that now. Exactly. A decade of proper management, a decade of infrastructural development, a decade of positive things will put Trinidad and Tobago on the right path. But if you only want to continue the same thing, go ahead, dip because you're loyal to this one and you're loyal to that one. Dip, and see what you're going to get. That's what I say.
And I hear you.
That's what I say. Keep dipping and see what you're going to get. And when you get it, don't come and complain that, oh, Diana, no, you had a chance then. You went and you do that. We only live with it now. What are you harassing me for? I am not me. I was going to shift, like you just say, Anselm, I was going to shift that goalpost, boy. Nah, I don't want that again. Nah, no, you've been there too long. And recently I'm still feeling the pinch from the batchak that bite me. When I can't find no work, I'm mature and hungry. Huh? And you telling me what? No, I'm not doing that. Let me try something else. Let me try something else and see. And if it don't work, well, you got to go too. That's how you do it. That's what Trinidad morphed into. Go from here. You're not doing. Yep.
Diana, Eugene says the Constitution of the USA is different than TT.
Yeah, of course, I'm fully aware, and that's why they need changes from deep within the system. I remember the late, Judge Vaughan, he said if they have 5 honest people within there, you're lucky, So, hey, not my words, huh?
Anderson said we have to vote the PDP then.
I don't know who all you had to vote, but yeah, vote somebody because it ain't looking good for plenty and plenty don't trust the other one and everybody up in so okay, so what are you gonna do? You have your children, your grandchildren, your great nieces and nephews to live in the country. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Gotta fix it, gotta do something, gotta change it, fix it, and get it on the right path. That's what I say. Give it a chance. Going on same thing over and over. What could Donald Trump come and tell me? Oh, that he gonna what? I'd be like, man, I wouldn't put you to catch the dog. Catch my tail under you, huh? All my black men dying. Nah, we going on that road. Go from here. Somebody new. Let's see what's out there. Let me see what's going on. Even if it comes down to a coalition government, you hold their neck to the grinder, and they don't do things. March on them. You see the people in Iran because that young lady was killed because her hijab fell off or she didn't wear it properly. Correct me if I'm wrong. What did they do? In the most strictest regimist country in the world, I believe. I might be wrong. And what they do? What did they do in Iran? They're still carrying on now, eh? What are they doing in Trinidad? What are they doing? Are they sending any message to anybody? Nobody taking all this seriously? Or they really don't want the place fixed? Every time the rain comes, flood, all kind of disease, sewage water, can't find work. Come on, people. You should want your tomorrow should be brighter than today. Your tomorrows should be brighter than today. And if it takes shifting them people out of there to get a brighter tomorrow, do what you have to do. But don't sit down, oh, woe is me, and I frightened, they're gonna retaliate against me. Your tomorrow must be brighter than today. And you have the power to make your tomorrow brighter than your today. Good. And I'm not vexed, Eugene.
So Lana, Akira, Akira wants to know if others listen to Julia Davies show in the evening. Akira, let me say this. When I want to use 5% of my brain, I listen to that show. I'll put it that way. Eugene says Diana, Carnival is economically beneficial to TNT.
And yes, Eugene, I agree 1,000,000%. However, it needs to be handled better or managed better so that a lot of that wealth can trickle down to a whole lot of people instead of staying within the a certain percentage. Everybody, to those who want to, provide services to the event, manage it properly.
So Ray Stelt, Eugene, Akira, Lana, Eugene, Nadia, Rose, Carice, Takesha, if you're still there, Hailey. Put closing comments in the chat. We're going to go for a quick station identification. I see our good friend Lana too. I see our good friend today, Rennie. I know, like,
he must be out looking for
things. He went to Panorama.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you went to Panorama and you asked my permission? All right, we go fix that.
Yeah, let's go for station identification. Is Tommy, Diana, Anselm, and you in the village with the DAT triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with the DAT triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. So, folks, we hope that we know for a fact that we are going to have a new president in Trinidad and Tobago, and unless something drastic happens, or unless, according to Marcia Braveboy, that Christine Kangolo resigns and Dr. Rowley becomes the president, which she has stated that, oh God, Marcia Braveboy into shifting the goalpost, boy.
No, she's a writer, so she's creative.
Okay.
Well, okay, yeah. So me, that's exactly what I was gonna say. No, okay. What does that mean?
Hey, I gave my sister she props. What I'm told you.
Well, and creative in what? What kind of creativity? What type of creativity?
Improbable probabilities.
I mean, the thing that she came up with was so outlandish, and I mean, there were so many things that had to happen, for that to happen. I just couldn't believe how an intelligent person like her could come up with that stuff.
In the improbable probability, what's wrong with you? She's creative. You know, you gotta be, as a writer, you have to be creative. When I want to write a poem, I gotta read, do my research, then I gotta sit and create. You gotta be creative.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, to me, I say the same thing too. Okay.
I believe you.
Yeah. I
mean, mama guy, man, mama guy, or papa guy, man, what's going on?
No guy.
Yeah, if that's what you want to say,
Who is that going to beat? Is that who want licks?
Yeah, I until we in Trinidad and Tobago, start to, deal with serious issues to make the country better.
That's right.
Rather than propaganda and hypocritical, disingenuous and it's just, and deceitful. And in order for us to just defend our party by any means necessary, whatever it is your party tell you. If your party tell you what Israel can to be president, go and defend that. Don't think, just go and defend that. If they tell you they want Christine Kangolo, right? And Christine Kangolo is not the best person, but since your party put them up, defend that. If your party tell you we're locking out exiled stranded citizens, right? And that's what the party go and defend that. Don't be critical. Don't be a critical thinker.
What we need media that is non-aligned with politics, that is definitely objective.
Anselm, I was thinking, you can't get a bandwidth in Trinidad.
A what?
A bandwidth. When you're gonna get a radio station, what you call it, like Tommy? You understand what I'm saying?
A broadcast license.
A signal for a broadcast license in Trinidad.
No, they ain't getting out no more license in Trinidad.
They ain't getting out no more? You would have to buy out a station.
Yes,
you know much license they have in Trinidad for a small island? How much radio stations they have in Trinidad?
Too many. Yeah. You might say that, but you might be able to swing, some listeners a certain way. But, I was thinking, I said, why don't we just get a,
I always wonder how they all are making money. How are they staying afloat? I mean, how many advertisers are there?
Show me, Tommy, trust me. You only have to get a 2 million from the government in public service announcement, and you're good to go.
You see?
Some of them stations doing very, very, very well.
I hear the Guardian plan to send home some people.
But they pay peanuts though, because I was doing a little stint on one of the stations. What they
I know
pay
they
is
that told me that's absolutely correct. So,
but did you hear the Guardian cutting staff too? Anybody heard that? I think I read it somewhere. But 30 people supposed to be sent home.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
More job cuts. And watch it, not for nothing, the nurses here in the tri-state area in New York, let me put it, because I'm Connecticut and I follow Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, the news in the area. They plan to strike on Monday, right? Because I'm not getting the right pay.
right.
What they did, they organized care for the critical patients, right? And they did what they had to do, and they're going on strike because nobody ain't listening to them. Apparently, the bargaining ain't working, so they're going on strike. The nurses, nurses going on strike. That's what I and they, because why? They don't feel they're being fairly compensated. And nursing is a critical, needy profession here. Am I right or wrong, guys?
It's an essential service.
Thank you. So why can't you all in Trinidad and Tobago send a message saying what is what's been saying? The people in the dump, it's not healthy working there. You don't have the proper thing. They're not set up right. Nobody coming in there to do that work. So you have bargaining power just by working there. But I don't know if it is a fear. I don't know what is fear. I think it's in nature of the people. They're just too much a party. They're not serious gladiators. Not at all.
It's a different
They're not
society.
gladiators. Huh?
It's a different society.
Yeah, they're not gladiators. You couldn't ram that down Bajan throat, nor Jamaican throat. Then we'll let you know what's up. Oh, yeah. But no, I said, no. You can go around Jamaica and get them in. What? Jamaica, they will shut it down. They shut down the port the other day, I heard, for whatever reason. But salaries, and they could correct me if I'm wrong. I was skimming through social media, so sometimes I go and I pull up the Gleaner itself and read directly from, Yeah. No. Only need to shut it down and get their attention. And that is the beginning of things to be fixed. Things gonna get fixed. What Trinidadians and Tobagonians fail to realize, they themselves are the government. You are the government. You elect these people, put them there. Hey, I want you to represent my constituency. And in the meantime, this is what I want from you. My drains need fixing. The children's school need a proper school to go to. I need a work. Not everybody in my household, if we can't do that, but some kind of income coming in by me. And hold them to the greater. And they don't think you pass the greater on the skin and let them know, hey, you're not performing accordingly. So you got to go.
So we're
That's
gonna
you. You in Trinidad and Tobago, you have the power to do it. The citizens, the populace have the power to change that place and make it the Trinidad and Tobago they want. The criminal elements. Let the judicial system work. And if you're guilty of XYZ, put your tail in jail. Decrease the bond for bail for whatever, and hold them over until a trial, and don't make no trial no 20 years. Fix the system for the school children, the children in the children's authority, that they feel safe and they come out of those places producing citizens in the country and not going to crime. All you have the power to do it, but you need to stand in unity. Forget who's Indian, forget who's African, forget who's Pio. All of us need to stand up together and send them one message. This is what we want for our country. I don't talk.
So we're gonna leave it there.
And, talking.
It's always a pleasure, folks. You all joining us here in the village. Put your closing comments in the chat, and we have to realize that there are certain things that we don't have control over, and when we don't have control over those certain things, we have to make sure and stand up for the things that we can make a difference within Trinidad and Tobago, and a lot of us are not standing up. Tommy, closing comments?
Well, I have two quotes from Charles Dickens tonight. The first one is from Great Expectation. He said, I have been bent and broken, but I hope into a better shape. That was by Estella. And the next one is, no one is useless in this world who lightens the burden of it for anyone else. That's from our mutual friend. A pleasant good night to each and everyone. It's been a pleasure being here in the village tonight. I love all of you. I really do. And I appreciate each and everyone who takes the time to be with us. Looking forward to our next session. Today is Saturday, so that'll be Tuesday. Till then, be safe. Love you all again. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
All right. Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, no. Hold on a minute. Okay. Go ahead, Anna.
Okay. What I want to say is, quote, says Anonymous, challenges are an opportunity to test you and rise to the next level. And excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. This is Diana Benskin, your poet and your global ambassador, wishing everybody Happy New Year. And we can see one what today is? Saturday? We can see one on Tuesday. Good night.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, as I said, you're growing up in Chumaka Clavantel. I always tell myself your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. And hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. See you guys, same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. So let me go to the closing quotes here. Nadia had said, Diana, that will never happen in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah?
Never say never.
Lana said citizens have more power than the government, but citizens don't use it. Nadia closing comment, blessed night everyone, stay safe till we meet again.
I let Lana know Stormy had a pedicure and manicure, that tanty, yeah? Ears cleaned and all that. He smells like it's called lavender.
Julie says, good evening, village families, hosts, Anselm, Diana, and Tony. Julie also says, Anselm, you can hook up with a local radio station to do your broadcast.
See, yeah. I had to pay time. I got sponsor for that. Oh.
I see some other cousin comments here. Ray still says, Anselm, unless Trinis wake up, then we shall see a difference. As for now, the city could burn down, we jam in still. Lana says, no race, no tribe, only humans. Let us not let anyone make us feel anything less than we are. God is the boss. Love you all. Stay safe. That's Lana. Yeah, we still. We had to go way back for your closing comment, buddy. Gotta find a way. So, folks, I'm going 2023, different year, same in Trinidad. Don't make it sound special when it's not. I wonder if that is your closing comment, Ray still.
Okay. Then you say you ain't read it.
Let me say something. You're looking sleepy. Oh, Eugene said, what level of sports does boarding school provide? Oh, high level, very high level, very high level. My son went on a scholarship, very, very high level. Okay, folks, I think that's it.
Mm.
I know what I will still comment is. Yeah. All right, so folks, we're gonna go out tonight again with Black Stalin.
Yes. Burn them. Burn them.
No, we can make it. Better days are coming.
Okay.